Hi guys, welcome to SimUK. This is PC Building Simulator. If you're an old fan of SimUK, you'll probably remember the days of old when we used to play this quite regularly. What we found back then was that this was a fantastic game. They've done a really good job with the PC components and the whole way that wiring works, and there's an awful lot of good about this game. But I kind of got to the point where I felt like the career was a bit shallow, let's say. It was a bit shallow and it needed a lot more meat added to the bone. So a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, I'm not sure when it was exactly, a fan of the channel did sort of say to me, hey, have you had a look at PC Building Simulator recently? They've updated it loads, there's a new career, and you should definitely take a look. So, okay, let's go take a look. So I'm taking a look today. You can see here that I haven't played since the last episode of the Let's Play series, which was quite a while back now. So that game save is going to be completely dead. So we're going to be starting from afresh. And I also noticed that today, build version 1.1 has included something new. It's called Be Quiet. Now I'm not sure if this is a DLC or whether it's a free update. I literally haven't seen it before this second now, but maybe we'll get into it and figure something out. So let's go career, new game. The new game will overwrite the existing autosave. Please make sure you have a manual save of your current progress. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am sure. Now the soundtrack to PC Building Simulator, I thought was really good. I was really into it. Really enjoyed it. And they've released you're not going to believe this. They've released an album. Well, that was weird. The recording stopped for a moment. So yeah, the music that comes with PC Building Simulator was actually really, really good, and they've released an album, believe it or not, and the album has got some really funny / clever naming conventions for the songs. I'm going to see if I can just find a couple here. Oh no, I'm currently on the Be Quiet information page, so let me just come out of that. Obviously there's the Overclock edition DLC that's available now. Unfortunately, I'm not big enough a YouTuber anymore for them to let me have access to that stuff, and I'm not going to buy it until I feel that the career is worthy of me investing more money. It's £4 at the moment. It's not extensively expensive. It's got positive reviews, so I'm sure it's very good. But let me just read you some of these. Oh my gosh, where did I see it? I saw it yesterday. It's here somewhere. Oh, I don't think I can find it. No, okay, we're just going to accept the fact that there is an album out, and the naming convention is really good, really clever, really funny, and yeah, I mean that alone deserves a bit of a thumbs up. But let's take a look at this career then. To begin, go to your PC by the doorway and open the email program on the desktop. You've got mail. So already I can see, yeah, we're still in this office, which is a huge shame. One of the things I really hoped they would include as part of the career was, you know, starting perhaps in your bedroom or in your garage, and, you know, purchasing the next property, you know, as your business expands. It doesn't look like they've gone down that route. So at the moment, it looks exactly the same as it did, except for that's different. Tim's Red Hot Repairs. You must own 25% of the company to change its name. So that's different. So now there's a partnership aspect to the game, is there? Anything else? Everything else looks the same. I can see that the door is still the same, the way that PCs come in is still the same. One of the things I did sort of suggest was having a rack here so that you could stack jobs up and maybe have incoming jobs on the lower shelf and outgoing jobs on the upper shelf. Doesn't look like they've taken any of my suggestions at all. Right, let's pick up the PC, take it in here. Got to remember these controls. PC can boot to operating system, remove viruses. Okay, so I think we need to connect. I cannot remember how to do this. Here we go. Plug the PC in. For this job, you need to run a virus scan. Press 3 or the cable button and plug the monitor, keyboard, mouse and power into the back of the PC. I remember now. Okay, so we'll spin it around like so. Do I just click it? Can't pick it up. Oh, that's a shame. Why do I vaguely remember having the ability to pick it up? Clearly you can't. Okay, now you need to put your USB drive into the back of the PC so you can install the virus scanner. Press 1 or the install button to go into your inventory and select the USB drive. It plugs into the USB in the back of the PC. So it's almost like a tutorial. I mean, this game will teach you how to build your own PC, and from that perspective, I think this could be an educational tool. I think it's that good. And that's back then. I mean, what enhancements are there to the career? Let's find out. Now press P or the power button to turn the PC on. Click on the monitor to use the operating system. It's all coming back to me now. Alrighty, that's not the power button. Is that the power button? Where's the power button? That's weird. I must be doing it wrong. We'll just press P this time. Install the virus scanner. Welcome to Omega OS, the operating system of choice. Click on Add Remove Programs to install the virus scanner, and don't forget to restart the PC after it has installed. Add Remove Programs, virus scanner. So this looks absolutely identical. This hasn't changed at all. Although, and I was about to say this, the start... Oh, this is new. This is new. The startup audio... The startup audio no longer goes like it used to, so that's something. Alright, start scanning for viruses. Files infected, 275. That's not that many. I've seen many more. You have removed all the viruses and the PC is ready to be returned to the client. Pick the PC up with right mouse button and place it in the corridor. So you don't want me to remove the virus scanner, huh? I think your business practices are questionable at best. Unless they specifically paid for a virus scanner and asked us to install it, we shouldn't be leaving anything on their system. That's the reality. And there's still no way to eject the USB, so I guess we'll just shut down, come out of there, and yeah. Now I'm curious, if I don't take the USB drive out, would it disconnect or would it stay in the PC? I don't know. I should test that next time. Collect your reward. Great. Now you just need to collect your pay. Go to your email and hit collect. Let's see if this looks any different. Still really loud. Email is up here. And virus scan is this one. Hi Tim, I hope you can help me. My computer has been running slower than usual and I think I might have clicked on something I shouldn't have. Do I have a virus? Thanks Gary. For $100. That is now done. This looks a bit better. This has been updated. This looks a bit smarter, a bit more, a bit easier to read, a bit nicer. Job completed. You've completed your first job. Well done. Come back tomorrow to see if there are some more jobs to do. Well, thank you very much. We didn't read this. Hey, thanks for taking over the PC shop for me. Sorry it's not in a better state. A few things. The company isn't doing very well and there is no money in the bank account. The rent and energy bills come out monthly, so make sure you have enough money for them. I had a job on the go which should help with the rent. See the email below. Remember to use your thermal paste when putting in a CPU. I almost always forget and the PCs overheat. There's a job that comes in surrounding that comment, by the way. So I think that you're all set up. It's your company now, so run it how you see fit. I hope you do better than I did. Lots of love, Uncle Tim. P.S. I had to borrow $15 for fuel. You know how it is. Okay, great. So we can delete those. Shame you can't archive them. I think that would have been better. And we'll shut the PC down. Oh, and I've just instinctively remembered that if you press E, you leave the screen. Yeah, that's cool. Even though it doesn't tell you that, look. That's just legacy stuff. That's what I remember from before. So we'll turn the lights off, and yeah, I think we'll just end the day. Here you can end your day and advance to tomorrow. Right now you have no active jobs, but normally it's worth checking you've ordered any parts you need for tomorrow before going home. So there we go. End of day. So we've got just over a week to get the bills paid. So we'll click on go to work, and I'm glad to see that the lights have stayed off as they should have. We'll click that there. We'll come in here and we'll press P because it doesn't seem to work otherwise. It's a shame there's no coffee here, you know, nothing really. I mean, there's no bathroom here, there's no toilet, no kitchen. It's a bit limited really, isn't it? G Walters at rangemail.com. More space on my computer. Hello, I need some more space to back up my files. Could you install a 500 gigabyte hard drive, please? I'll bring it round first thing. Thank you, says Gemma. Very manly voice that Gemma has there. So we're going to get $280 for labour, and we've got a budget of 50 quid. And we need to install a Mortoni Easy Store 500 gigabyte or better. Now that's quite interesting because this is new. The fact that you get labour. One of the things I complained about most was that you couldn't set your prices or anything, and quite often any jobs that you took on you would make a loss on because that's just the way the game was coded. This is better, but I'd still rather have control. I'd rather bid for the job, offer them a price, and you know, have competitors who try and undercut me and so on and so forth. That would be much better. This is the kind of thing I was hoping they would have done. This is better, but I don't think it's gonna quite tick my boxes, to be honest with you. What else have we got here? Hi, my graphics card has fried itself and I need it to be replaced with the same one, please. An NVIDIA GTX 970. Ah, I have that graphics card. Not in my PC now, but in my old PC. Maybe one of those Xi'an ones. I can drop it round first thing tomorrow morning. So we'll say, yeah, sure. I mean, how much money have we got? $85. So, I mean, we're not going to be able to buy a GTX 970 tomorrow with $85. That's not going to happen. Hello, could you have a look at my PC, please? It isn't running as well as it did when I first bought it, and I've probably not been taking the best care of it. It looks a bit dirty. Could you give it a once-over, please? If you can, I'll bring it around tonight, ready for you in the morning. That's $100 to remove viruses and clean out the dust. So we can do that, because that's not going to cost us anything, because it says customer there. Customer's PC will take a day to arrive, so end the current day by going to the workshop door. Understood. Virus scan. Hi there. I just wanted to say thank you for fixing my PC. It's booting faster than it has in years. I didn't realise your uncle had gone away. Looks like the business is in good hands though. Thanks again, says Gary. Discard. Right, so that one's in transit. That one is far too expensive. It says labour, but I assume we don't get that money until after the job has been completed. Plus I've got to see whether or not 265 is enough to buy a GTX 970. It should be, based on my last time I looked to see the prices. And this one will take as well. Go to the shop on your PC to buy the components you need, and you can have them delivered at the same time as the client's PC. So we're looking for a Mortoni Easy Store 500 gig. Let's go look at that. We are looking for storage. Whoa. We are looking for Mortoni Easy Store 500, and that's 50 quid. So we've got just enough for that. Okay, so that's in the cart. Use the delivery options to choose when best to receive your components. Often it's better to pay for faster delivery than wait days to receive things. Well, it depends on your perspective, really, doesn't it? Depends how quickly you need it and how much you care about your budget. So next day delivery is 30 quid. Same day delivery is $100. 3 to 5 working days is $10. I'm throwing away budget there. I'm throwing away budget there. I'm tempted to go with this one, you know. Oh, we're going to have to. Oh, no. We've got just enough to get it in the next day. But I'm going to be tight. And I'm going to say 3 to 5 working days. And she can just bloody wait. Do you know what I mean? She can just wait. God damn it. Okay, Kushti. So, I don't think there's much else we can do today. Let's shut down our PC. Turn off the lights. And bugger off. Nice easy day's work. End the day. Get to work. The customer's PC is here. Pick it up with right mouse button and take it to your workbench to fix it. Okay, go to work. So this one's the upgrade, the 500 gig. We can't do that yet, but this one's a clean. This one we can do, and you can see already, look how filthy that is. Goodness me. Right, let's press 1. Press the install button and get the compressed air from your tools, and click on the PC's components to blow away the dust until it has all been removed. Okay, compressed air. Open case before cleaning. Not being funny, the whole thing needs cleaning, doesn't it? Not my imagination. Alright, well, the game says I must do what the game says I must do. Game knows best. I take a cloth and wipe down the outside of this thing before I'd even touched it. I wouldn't have even picked it up with this much cack all over it. Oh, that's actually taking an awful lot of effort. Okay, so you just aim at the components and they just clean themselves. Oh, look at that. Goodness me. Who'd have thought it possible? Now, there used to be quite a few little bugs. I can see the cables are now inside the case as opposed to sticking out the side. And I had a few issues before where certain jobs couldn't be completed because of bugs and issues. I think we're done. I think that's clean. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Let's put the side on. PC parts. Why have we got a PCI cover in our pocket? What's that all about? I used to keep those when I first started fixing PCs and stuff. I used to keep those because I thought I might need them, but no. Once you take them off, just chuck them away. Really, there's almost never a reason to keep them. Okay, so let's turn the PC on. And let's take a look at the emails. Oh, nuts. Okay, good job I looked. I'd have ended the day and we wouldn't have got paid. So, we need to go fix the components. Again, I see they haven't sped up the rate at which you walk. I did ask, or did hope, that they would allow you to run, or perhaps... What the hell am I doing? Pay attention. I did ask that they would allow you to run or just walk faster, but again, they've ignored my suggestions and gone their own way, it looks like. Bit of a shame. Yeah, go away. Oh, cables is 3, it's not install. Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3. Bit of power, and then we need a USB. Where's my tools? There's my tools. Kushti, does this one work? Ah, you go. There you go, see? So the last one, perhaps it had a bug. I'm not sure. Difficult to tell. Oh gosh. So, I mean, so far I can see some improvements to the game. Not the vast majority of suggestions or improvements I hoped the game would apply, though. Let's be totally fair. Yes, restart. So it looks like they've introduced a whole bunch of new stuff like BIOS settings. Obviously that would be important if you're going to overclock a PC. Generally overclocking is done via the, well for older PCs at least, it's done via the BIOS. But yeah, if you're running an MSI motherboard and predominantly MSN components, then the chances are there'll be a software application that will allow you to do that instead. Goodness me, getting all finger confused. Right, there we go, that's that done. Still can't walk fast enough. This is way too slow. I mean, who walks that slowly? Nobody. That's who. Nobody. We'll come in here and we will say email. We'll go see Mr. Sherman. You can see we're all green. The PC status is ready to boot. That's interesting. That's new. These are the PC stats. These are the stats of his computer. I don't think the colours are relevant of anything. I don't think his GTX 750 Ti gamer graphics card is about to blow up because it's in red. Oh, new No Man's Sky thing has just popped up. Good, so that's $100 in the bank and new parts available. We've just added the following parts to our range: the Zotac GeForce GTX 1050 Ti Overclocked Edition. So exciting. It isn't. What's this? Hello, could you have a look at my PC, please? It isn't running as well as it did when I first bought it, and I've probably not been taking the best care of it. It looks a bit dirty. Could you give it a once over, please? If you can, I'll bring it around tonight, ready for you in the morning. Oh, this is... we've done that one. G. Walters, that's the 500 gig. And, yeah, I don't think there's a deadline on that, so I'm not particularly bothered. Graphics card, GTX 970 Gamer. Let's just have a look and see how much that's going to be. So we'll say GTX 970. And yeah, it's this one, isn't it? $265, and we've got 125. So we can't do that job just yet. I mean, unless you gave us the money in advance, which would be really stupid of her. There you go. That's all we can do for today. Okay, time to go to work. Hopefully we've got a couple of jobs coming in. Tomorrow the components for that PC out there will arrive. So that'll be good. Oh look, a new email, a new job, if only life was that easy. Hi, I'm not very good with computers, but mine isn't working properly. It's been getting very hot lately and running slower and slower. I don't think I can hear the fan anymore. It lives on the floor of my dusty office. I hope it's not all clogged up. If you do have to replace the fan, then please pick the cheapest one. I can't afford anything fancy. Now, what really bothers me about this email and this game, it doesn't appear like it's really addressed any of my concerns that I had when I first played it. But for somebody who is not PC literate to send me an email and tell me how much he's going to pay me in labour, and how much the budget is going to be for any repairs or whatever, that just makes no sense at all. It should be me giving her the price. And we need to have, like, companies sort of trying to do a better job than us for less money. That's basically what we need to do. We need to have that happen. So there's absolutely nothing for me to do today, so I might as well just shut down, turn the lights off and bugger off. Okay, so now we're going to have those components come in. Your parts are here. Your new parts have arrived. Click on the boxes to put them in your inventory. So just click on this and there's our hard drive. Not entirely sure why there are two boxes there to represent one hard drive, but there you go. So this is the upgrade. Oh, I've got to replace the air cooler. I didn't read that. So we'll have to order that today. How frustrating. Alright, let's get these cables plugged in. Yeah. Yeah. What the hell am I doing? Oh, God. In too much of a rush, not thinking clearly enough. So the cables seem to be far better behaved than they used to be, which is good. Because they used to be pretty flipping crazy. I was just thinking, why is it so blooming dark in here? I didn't turn the lights on, did I? Let's go do that real quick. And we'll power this PC on. If I can. Oh, what the heck? Oh, do you know what? I'll just press P. I'd rather click the button myself, but for some reason that doesn't seem to be working. Alrighty, alrighty. Where the hell are your hard drives? Are they down here? They must be down here. Have a look-see. There's one. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. Oh, does it go in the back? Ah, interesting. No doubt that's to aid with cable management. There we go. All right. So let's go install. Let's go PC parts. No. What the hell is it called? Storage. There we go. Pop that in there and close that back up. This part of the game always worked really well, I've got to say. And it's interesting that you still don't need to buy the cables. So it's like, you know, you have to put cables on here. Oh God, which side is it? Which side is the right side? I'm going to guess. Good guess. Yeah, see, things like that. I mean, because I've worked in this industry for like 10-15 years, so I've done this in real life so many times, and yeah, this, as brilliant as it is, and I think it is fantastic. Like I said right at the beginning, I think this could be a sensational educational tool. I've just got to boot it. There's the power. Yeah, I think it could be a sensational educational tool, but as far as the business side of things go, it's really quite poor. It's disappointing. Alright, so we just need to shut that down. That should be all done now. Incomplete case. We are not paying enough attention. Let's just take these screws back out and take the side off. And it's probably a good idea to replace the cover that we took out, because I completely forgot about that. And believe you me, if you've ever had your PC repaired by somebody, there's a very good chance that they've done exactly that. Because of course one of the problems with fixing PCs is all PCs are pretty much the same when you get down to the core elements of it. So the kind of repairs and stuff that you're going to have, pretty much the same over and over and over, not too dissimilar. Each job kind of mimics the last one to a certain degree, and people will just go into autopilot because it's not the most exciting thing in the world, fixing something really simple. Okay, I see what's happening here. That's the motherboard cleaned. There we go, that's the case cleaned. Now, it does say to replace the heatsink, doesn't it? Or the air cooler, as it's called in this game. So, I mean, not really sure that's necessary, to be perfectly honest with you, but whatever. Just giving it a bloody good clean is generally enough. Unless she's playing, overclocking and playing hardcore games, I don't really see the need to replace this. I mean, looking at it here, that's bloody clean. I mean, that's as clean as it's ever been in its life, probably. But okay, whatever. The game has dictated. That's the other thing I don't like particularly, is the game dictates to you and too much. And I do understand that at the beginning it is like a tutorial. It's kind of holding your hand and helping you through. But I really would like to see... I would like more control over everything. Pricing, communication, storage, parts, purchasing, repairs. I know there are jobs later on where you've got to... It doesn't tell you what to do and you've got to figure it out, but yeah, whatever, Trevor. Right, let's order a part. Let's say shop, CPU cooling, and we'll just... There you go, the Mortoni thermal, because it's 10 quid. But see, the problem is, right, that's costing me money. I mean, I know I'm going to make a bit of money back on the job itself, but it's infuriating that I'm being forced to do it that way. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. We just need to contact the customer and tell them that their PC is ready to collect. So we're going to have to do a bit of work on this one. I suppose I could connect the cables, because we're going to have to boot it tomorrow just to make sure it works. Make sure that all the components we've put in have been put in correctly and they're not faulty from the manufacturers, because actually that is something else that does happen a lot more than you might expect. Shop. Nope. Email. That's what I meant to do. Email. Boom, 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 boom. Collect the money. $330. So now we can agree to get the GTX 970. So what I should have done, like a fool, what I should have done is not ordered that air cooler until I'd ordered the GTX. So that was a mistake, because that's just cost me extra money. But there you go. That's a mistake of mine, but it's also quite frustrating, because I do feel like my hands are tied by this game a bit too much. Anyway, that'll be here tomorrow and we can get these jobs done. Let's go in there, shut this PC down. All's good in this particular hood. Oh wow, he's been and taken the PC already, look. That all happened rather fast. So we'll make this the last day. I don't know, can we get up to pay the utility bills? Let's have a look, see. Here's our parts. Paid over the top for that. And that's Queen Brittany. Turn the lights on this time. Power the PC up. We'll jump in here and we're going to remove the... Well, we're going to remove the cable and then we're going to take this out. Wow, I didn't even have to unscrew it. Look at that. Would you Adam and Eve it? Do I have any thermal paste? I do. So put a blob of thermal paste on there. Incidentally, that's about the right amount of thermal paste that you need to use. What are we looking for here? Cooler, CPU cooling. That one's broken. Is it broken or was it just dirty? I failed to see. What the hell is this? Well, this is definitely new. What's the arrow represent? I don't know what the arrow represents. Why every time I try and put it upright does it spin back round to the side? I'm just trying to see where the cable comes out. It looks like the cable comes out there and goes around that way. So let's pop it like... Wow, game. Seriously. I would like the end of the cable, which is there. Alright, fine. We'll do it that way. We'll do it your way, okay? So, install. Install. Oh, what the hell has gone on there? My thermal paste has come off. I got caught out by that once before, actually. I remember when I played the original. Right, install. CPU cooling. That one. Put it in. Oh, for God's sakes. Right, okay. I'm going to explain to you why that annoyed me so much. If you've ever built a PC, you know what I'm about to say. But for those of you who haven't, the thing that irritated me there was when you put a heatsink, a CPU cooler. See, look, the cable is there. I don't want the cable traipsing all over the place. I want it to go... Ideally, I want it with the arrow pointing up. That's where I want it, but it's not going to let me do that. So it's going to force me to put it in that way. And the thing is, you see these here, these are like screws. Well, less like screws, more like locking nuts. So what you're supposed to do is you push these down and they go through the motherboard, and then you turn them and that locks it tight up against the CPU. That's what you're meant to do. But yeah. For some reason it's not letting me do that. Something weird going on here. I don't want to remove it, I want to install it. Or do I have to get a cable and then put that there? See how that cable... See why I was trying to get the cable up here? Because that's where the point is. Ugh. Stress. So definitely the game has made some improvements. I wouldn't say they were particularly impressing me at the moment, but we are very much in the beginner's stage of things, so maybe as the game progresses there'll be more good stuff, more improvements. Job done. Okay. Pop that there. Pick this PC up and drop that on the side. And yeah, we'll press 3. Oh, that wasn't 3. I pressed the wrong button. One thing they have got right is how tedious it is to constantly plug something in and unplug it again. It's an absolute disaster, darling. It is an absolute nightmare. A really, really annoying nightmare. Especially when you do that. Now this cover here is intended to hold the GPU in place, and they're all different. There are so many different ways that same thing has been implemented on so many different PCs. Some of them work better than others. This is quite an old generic design, what you're looking at there. Doesn't look like I need to connect any power up to that GPU. And one thing this game is quite good at, incompatible. How can it be incompatible? It just came out of this machine. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, one thing they are pretty hot on is, you know, whether or not GPUs need power and that kind of technical aspects they are pretty good at. Right, I don't want to remove the panel. I just want to turn the PC on. Ah, are you not letting me because I haven't plugged that in? Maybe that's why. Can I do it now? No. So, it's this case design again, isn't it? I think that's a bug. And I'm basing that purely on the fact that I've tried to start this same style of PC twice, and the power button, which I'm almost certain is there, is not clickable. So that was one of the issues that I had with the game right at the beginning. It had these kind of quirky little bugs like that, and because it was just come out, I didn't really think too much about it. But the fact that they're still there, not a great sign, let's put it that way. Not the end of the world, certainly, just an irritation. As soon as I'm looking to see if the game has really improved, it's things like that that are going to stick in my mind, if you understand what I'm saying. Right, that job is done. We can discard that. That one is done, we can discard that. That's the air cooler, that one's done, we can discard that. And then we've got a whole bunch of new jobs coming in. So at the moment, you know, I can see a few improvements to the core game mechanics, and certainly the DLC allows you to overclock and do some more stuff in that sense. But overall, I'm seeing a lot of the same disappointing approaches to this game that I saw in the original. They don't appear to have fleshed out the company career aspect at all. Obviously there is like a partnership thing going on now, which doesn't really coincide with the fact that our Uncle Tim has sent us an email saying that the business is now ours. I think that would hold up in a court of law. I don't know. But yeah, my initial knee-jerk reaction is it's pretty much the same as it was when I stopped playing it before. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see more, if you want me to play a bit more, a couple more days, maybe get a couple of weeks into it and see if there is any more depth to the company aspect. I rather suspect there isn't going to be. But if you would like to see that, then you know, just let me know in the comments section or hit that like button. Let's say, I don't know, we don't get many views, so 10 likes or more. No, that's 10 likes is achievable. Let's do something we never get. Let's say 25 likes. So if you give me 25 thumbs up, that's because you want to see more of this game, and I'll put another couple of videos together if you want me to. But otherwise, my knee-jerk reaction is this is exactly the same as it was before. Brilliant at what it does brilliantly, very poor as a game in the sense that, you know, where's the business element? Why do these people who don't know anything about PCs telling me how much they're going to pay me? Generally, you phone up the IT expert and you say, this is what the problem is, how much do you think that's going to be? And they give you a price, and then you go and find a better price or whatever. So yeah, I just think I'm concerned that they haven't done enough to keep me entertained, which is a bit of a shame because this is a very good game. Well, it's not a great game, but it is very good. It's a very good educational tool. It's very, very good if you just like tinkering around with PCs and stuff. So, you know, maybe just playing in the sandbox would be better for people, because the business side of things seems really quite shallow, as it did before, which is what I complained about all those many months ago when the game first released. And also we're still seeing some bugs with power on buttons and stuff, or so it seems. That's not 100% definitive, but yeah, we saw the same case twice and we couldn't turn either of them on. So either I can't find the power button or there's a bug with the power button. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Remember, 25 likes if you want to see more. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, goodbye for now.